Hello and welcome to a quick and improvised guide about the most recent character on the Astroplanet. This one, the Momon, the Raven Black Rider, that we can get only by a limited time of 20 days and 12 hours. Probably just 20 days when I upload this video. So, yeah. The reason I'm doing this guide is because I got very lucky and got my character on the temple, my first temple, but I didn't got the arc light yet. So I'm gonna do one kind of like quick guide right now, and then another more the detail later on when I get the arc light and the character to 4 stars. And the other reason why I'm doing this, it's because this character is really broken. I just got it, I give him a little bit of level, and I was trying to see his skills to know what to give him, and yeah, I realized how broken it is. First off, to say character, I'm gonna skip for now the stars and so. I'm gonna go straight for what it is the skill, the relics that I'm gonna be recommending you to put on him, and the end I'm gonna check up the arc light. So yeah, first off, yeah, it's broken. If you can get it. Like really. That this is not like Seshi that okay, if you want a speed team, you want a meta team, get her. If you want other kind of teams, she's useless. No. Momon is like, yeah, go and get it. First off, basic attributes. We see that he has average physical defense, but magical defense. So he's a squishy. He's a ranger character. No wonder why. You need others to protect him. But he has A on HP, so he's squishy, but he's not that fragile. Has S on speed and S on attack. Not new. The majority of the newest characters all have either S on speed or S on attack. Like all the latest tanks all have S on speed, and all the limited characters that we got in the last 2 or 3 events have S on attack. So yeah. First off, I want to say, take a look at the accessories. It's broken the accessory, and this tells you at tier level 3 that I'm upgrading right now, the character gets 20% assist rate. That means that when an ally attacks, he has a chance to follow up the attack of his ally with one of his own. And doesn't look like much 20% assist rate, honestly. But then remember that the SSR Entomat that you have been seeing on a lot of my videos about the bleed team, about the critical damage characters, or just in general, I use that my SSR Entoma a lot. You see her in the arena, you see her in my boss fights videos, on the event videos, and all of that. She only has uh, originally 20% assist rate plus 10% from her arc light, like that's 30%. And then I got her some enhancements and so, and she's like 36%. And we can see on the videos and so how she does assist almost as often as Nigredo and Maid Albedo. While Nigredo can get like a 70% assist rate, and my Maid Albedo has like a 60% assist rate with 2 guaranteed assists after certain skill. So a Momon like this one with a 20% assist rate is more than you think. My normal Momon, just because of the enchantments, it has 6% assist rate, and we can see him from time to time doing an assist that deals a lot of damage. Now, 20% assist rate, it's a really nice bonus. It's way better than other character bonuses that give you like 15% effect resistance or 5% reduction to damage over time. This is really nice. And then tier 6 we get, like right now I'm doing, extra 10% attack. That is quite a lot for a character that has S on attack. That is an incredibly nice boost that I just got. And at tier 9 we gain 10% extra crit. And as we can see, the character naturally has 20% crit. So those 20 plus the 10% of the accessory, it's 30% extra crit. Like for example, right now I have 51.4, it will be 61.4. And that combines with his skill set. That is what I'm gonna take right now. Uh, the Phantom Flash, it deals damage based on his attack. At level 4 has another perk that converts 60% of his damage deal into his own HP. That is lifesteal, like what Sariusu does, that he hits the enemies and heals himself. This does the same. Then I'm gonna go to the New Retreat, that is the most elaborated one. When it's a passive skill, when he takes fatal damage, he becomes immune to the damage that they're dealing to him in that moment and gains the no retreat status for 1 round. The cooldown is 6 rounds. It's not a lot, honestly. And the no retreat, it is explained here. It's a mechanic effect that cannot be dispelled, so other characters cannot take it from him. The bearer speed, this case Momon speed, is gonna decrease by half, by 50%, but he's gonna become immune to all damage, on all the damage that he takes will convert into HP for him. That means that if he's 1 HP and someone tries to kill him with a 10,000 damage skill, he's gonna become immune to that, and after becoming immune to that, all the damage that the enemies deal to him are gonna heal Momon instead of damaging him. So he will have a chance to not only survive like Okyotos can or like Anniversary Albedo can do, but he's also gonna be able to absorb damage to heal himself. As well, upon entering the no retreat state, purifies all the debuff and gains debuff immunity for 2 rounds. So he's not gonna be able to be affected by debuff from the enemies. And the no retreat status increases the attack by certain percentage and the damage dealt by another percentage depending on your level. So he's not only gonna be immune to being killed, and also he is not gonna be like healing himself from the damage that he's gonna absorb from the upcoming attacks from the enemy, but he's also increasing his damage to all the enemies by freaking 50% for a character that has S on attack. That's broken. And of course, when you get the 4 and 6 stars, you get more upgrades. The passive cooldown reduces 2 rounds whenever an ally unit on the field dies, and then the activation of no retreat grants himself the Soul Walker status for 2 rounds and resets the cooldown of Obliteration of All, resets the ultimate. That means that you can ult, and if someone tries to kill Momon, he survives and gets the ultimate again. That's like what the other Nave does, limited Nave, and it's broken. Alex, check the Soul Walker status. It's a mechanic effect that cannot be dispelled. Increases the assist rate by 50% and critical chance by 30%. Dealing skill damage in this status effect has a 100% basic chance to inflict burn for 2 rounds. And the effects inflicting the Soul Walker state in this state nullify 50% of the enemy effect resistance. So you get it to 6 stars, right? When he's about to die, he just doesn't die. He absorbs all incoming damage and uses to heal himself. He's gonna increase his own damage 50% and with his own attack 50%, and the damage that he deals to the enemies another extra 50%. He purifies all of his debuffs and gains debuff immunity for 2 rounds. If an ally dies near him, the cooldown for his immunity that this skill reduces 2 rounds out of 6, and 6 rounds is it's way less. Like Cocytus has Indomitable for himself and an ally, and the cooldown is 25 rounds. And Indomitable is just you survive 1 HP with 1 HP, 1 round, and that's it. And this is 6 round cooldown. Not only that, but when he's about to die at 6 stars, he puts burn on the enemies when he attacks, ignores 50% of the effect resistance of the enemy, so that means he doesn't need effect precision on him. He will gain 50% assist rate. 50% combined with the 20 that the accessories give. That means that when the enemy tries to kill him, he's gonna have a 70% assist rate and extra 30% crit. Just imagine, I have 51 plus the 10 from the accessory that I'm missing, 61 plus the 30 when the enemies try to kill him. That is 91% crit. 91 without even trying to have him full crit. So he will gain a lot of critical damage as well, and he's gonna have a lot of assist rate, so he could help others when they are trying to attack. Yeah, he will have half his normal speed. That is true, but it's a little exchange for all of these advantages, and he compensates it because of the assist rate. Even if he's low, he becomes slow to attack. When other allies attack, he's gonna follow them, or mostly because it's 70%. That's a lot. And that's only the passive. Now let's go to the other skills, the Dark Flame Charge. Before using this skill as an advent, well, uh, level 1 or level 2, he gains the advantage of granting himself Soul Walker for 1 round. That is what I already told you. The extra assist rate, the critical damage. That means that he's not only gonna get all of the assist rate and critical damage and the burn effect and ignoring the enemy effect resistance by 50%, not only when he's gonna die, but also at the very start of the game. So he is really going all out on every moment of the game. So if you try to ignore him, he's gonna be able to do a lot of damage to you. If you try to burst him down to destroy him so he cannot do anything at the start of the game, well, too bad, because he's also gonna get all the advantages as he's gonna be boosted and ready to kill you. But yeah, not only he gains that advantages for the first round, but when you use this skill, the Dark Flame Charge, he gains the status, the Soul Walker status again for 2 rounds. So he could permanently be on this status. And because cannot be dispelled, cannot be countered by things like Anniversary Albedo, for example, or Robo Hamuske, characters that steal or dispel a lot of buffs from the enemy. Of course, the trade-off for this skill is that consumes 10% of his max HP, but it is not a lot. Pair him with a very nice tank or a very good healer, that 10% missing HP is not even concerning, not a little bit. And he cannot kill himself, so he retains 1 HP, just like Indomitable. And he will deal damage from 100 to 40% attack to 168% attack at max level. Not only that, but while Momon is in the Soul Walker state, if the target is affected by the Infernal Flame, it triggers the Infernal Flame once again. That means that is a status effect, a debuff that he can put on the enemies when he attacks. And the Infernal Flame is an unpurifiable mechanic state, that means cannot be dispelled as well. Deals damage, magical damage, equal to 20% of the inflictor's attack, in this case Momon, per stack before the action, up to 5 stacks. That means that it triggers just like Bleed, Shock, or Burn as well. Each time this Infernal Flame is inflicted, it triggers immediately. That means that if the enemy already had this debuff, Momon attacks again and puts the debuff again, it's gonna trigger. Just like Burn. It's not explained like the normal Burn it is, but it acts exactly like Burn, but a bit more efficient. Now the ultimate, the Obliteration of All. That has a nice name. Momon wields a giant sword to launch Obliteration of All as a single enemy target. This is a single target skill. Consumes 20% of his max HP. Now that is a bit concerning for the trade-off, but for all we have read and how OP all of his skill set sounds, 20% doesn't feel as much now. He will retain at least 1 HP to deal magical damage equal to 200% attack at the start, max level 240%. Hitting grants a 100% fixed chance. That's a fixed chance. Doesn't get affected by effect resistance or effect precision. That means you don't need effect precision on your relics for Momon. That is good. Has a 100% fixed chance to inflict the Soul Judgment for 2 rounds on the target. And the game does not explain us really what it is, but I hope down here explains it. The skill nullifies the shield wall, the sharing, and the support skills. Okay, to explain it really quick, the sharing effect is like what Valkyrie Shelter passive does. When she's alive and she has more than half her HP, all the damage that her teammates receive, half of that damage, the 50% of that damage, it's gonna be redirected directly to Shelter. So she absorbs damage from the allies. So she tanks for them a little bit and they don't die that fast. That is sharing. The shield wall is what the Dead Knight and what, for example, Robo Hamubuske and Tank Kokyutus do. Uh, they put some buff on them, and you need to attack them a certain number of times before you can attack any one of their team. Or if you have an area of effect, you can take the shield wall stacks out of them. Uh, they force you to use your single target skills on the tanks or the walls that put shield wall, so you don't actually kill their allies. And the support effect is what, for example, the PDL does, or the guy with the big shield that looks like a mirror from the Black Scripture. That when an ally is gonna get hit, also what Yuri does, the original Yuri. When an ally is gonna get attacked, they jump or they teleport and get in the way between the attack and the ally, and they block it for their ally. That is. So this skill ignores it. It's like Seshi ultimate. When she's faster than the enemy, she can ignore that. Or Nigredo and Mate Albedo. They can use their ultimates to bypass that defense from the tanks. So Momon can work kind of like a burst character to ignore tanks or bypass their defense. Now, the Soul Judgment effect that is fixed to be put on the enemy cannot be purified. That is quite broken as well. And I guess it's what it is down here. That reduces the effect resistance by 50% and crit on the enemy by 50%. So you can counter another ranger characters with this. When the debuff are successfully inflicted, it's gonna add one stack of Infernal Flame. That is the burn, the normal burn, but boosted for 2 rounds, up to 5 stacks. And when we upgrade the skill, we're gonna get one cooldown, one less round of cooldown here. Honestly, it's a lot. He's immune to death. He absorbs damage and becomes and absorbs into health. He heals himself. Uh, he burns the enemies up to 5 times. He boosts himself with a lot of assist rate and a lot of critical damage and critical chance, a lot of extra attack against the enemies. He ignores 50% of the enemy defense and effect resistance, sorry, and can reduce another 50% of effect resistance. He's a single target character. Not only that, he is incredibly fast and incredibly powerful on his attacks. All of that just by losing a bit of HP on each of his attacks. That is a lot, honestly. And he already has assist rate by nature. Awakening levels, I'm gonna tell you, put either or as much attack as you can on each gems, or as much critical chance. Like for example, I go up here, give him something like this: attack on percentage, damage boost, more attack. Like here, instead of effect precision, you can go and put him critical damage, for example, right there, like there, or an extra crit chance. Like all of those options are the ones that I will recommend you for Momon. He increases his awakening level with the Lord of Time, so you need to play that one. And now the most broken part. I will well, not the most broken part, but the part that you will need to exploit his OP status. This set. Uh, I recommend a termination set on him. Right now I have like placeholder relics. They're not the best. Like I certainly have way better relics than the ones he has right now. Like just look, no arc light, just level 13. I just uh I just put his second skill one level. I learned his ultimate. Nothing else is level up. Everything else is level 1. Accessories is just level 6. Awakening level 10. No gems, and so he's already 12k combat power. And the relic set, of course. Like, this guy can get incredibly powerful, like really, really powerful. I'm sure if I pick up Natal Vedo or my SSR and Tomas set and put it on him, he will instantly be like 40% combat power. 40%, sorry, yeah, 40k percent. But yeah, I recommend the Termination set because both effects here, the increased critical chance and the 30% defense nullified on the target. This guy, this Momon, this version, the Halloween Momon, is already a heavy hitter. He's gonna hit fast and very hard. So with a termination set, it's gonna be even better because he's gonna be able to ignore part of the target defense. And that kind of counters the newest tanks, Sisita and Hamusker, because they increase the magical defense and physical defense of their allies. So if they increase their defense with this character and set, you can ignore part of that defense. But let's go to what I have as placeholders for now, so you get an idea. I have a Termination Mask. This is not that good, but it's what I have for now. Like, Aeon Speed is not bad. This character benefits a lot from speed, so that is good. S on defense is not necessary, but considering he's a squishy character, having one or two stats here that are defensive with a nice S on an A or an A, it's good. C on crit, I wish that was like an S or at least an A, and then this relic will be really good. Okay, crit is good. We see that his passive and the Soul Walker stat from his second skill boost his critical chance. So adding more crit here, so he has a guaranteed crit, like you can get him to 80% or so. That will be really nice. And as on effect resistance, that is not necessary because when he's gonna die, he purifies himself. But it's what I have. Instead of effect resistance, I could recommend you to put, if you have no attack or HP, because he consumes his own HP. So having a lot will also be good, and also because the more HP he has, the more damage he is gonna be able to absorb when he's gonna die. Now then, determination armor. Uh, C on HP is not that good, honestly, but uh, still HP is welcome. A on reduction to the damage over time, it's an extra, not really needed. A on speed, that is always good, try to give him speed. S on attack, that's why I have this armor on him right now. S on attack, he benefits from speed and attack the most. So yeah, that is. Uh, for example, this will be the recommended. You see this sunset plum plate? Imagine that instead of a sunset plum plate, it's termination armor. These sub-attributes that my SSR Entoma has on her armor are the ideals for Momon. S on speed, really, really good. S on defense is not completely necessary, but I will not ignore that. Defense is always good. Has crit, always good for Momon. Yeah, it's B, but it's still extra 5%. Do not ignore that. And A on attack. So you're giving him crit, attack, and speed to be as offensive as possible, and an S on defense that will be really, really good. Uh, I skipped the head. This will also be good, also from my SSR Entoma. Uh, as you can see, both have a lot of effect resistance. We can kind of ignore that for now. HP is always good, especially in this moment as we already saw. But S on speed and S on crit, that is the best combination for an offensive character. To move fast and hit like a truck. Like, if you have this kind of mask and you're planning on getting this moment, change it from whatever character you have to this one. In my case, I'm not gonna do that because I like more Entomat and Momon, of course. Albedo and Entoma are my favorite characters here, so I'm not gonna do that. But I will advise you or suggest you to do that. Now, the base. I have a termination base. A on defense, I already said what is good. A on HP, that is really nice. B on attack, okay, it's not a lot, honestly. The B because it's just 6%, but it's nice. Honestly, it is really, really nice. So I welcome it. And S on speed, remember, this character needs to be fast. Another example you can put is something like this one, my termination base for my Metal Velo. B on speed, yeah, it's not as good, but it's still speed. S on attack, so we exchange the attribute from speed and attack values. So you prioritize here the attack, and you're also giving it crit. more crit, the better. And critical damage resistance, yeah, that's nice in case you want your character to not be that easily destroyed by an enemy damage dealer. This, in case you don't have a lot of good relics, this will be a nice replacement. Damage boost, speed, and attack. If you can get it, that is really really nice. Sorry. But the one I have right here is not bad at all. Like A on defense, A on HP, B on attack, S on speed, really really nice. And now the one I think I'm really gonna leave on my character on this one, and not I don't think I'm gonna change it on the future. Is one that I have right here. It's not the best, but it's really really good into this character. B on HP, okay, not that good. That yeah, but I stand by my words. It's always welcome more HP. A on speed, so this character remains speedy. A on attack, so his values are still up, and S on crit. You don't know how hard it is for me to get a relic that has all of this, that has crit, attack, and speed on the same place, on the same relic, and with good values. Like I have a lot of relics that have C on crit, but A on speed and S on attack or so. So having one that has A on attack, speed, and S on crit is really nice. Like really. If you want another example, this one, Determination Blunderboss from my SSR Endoma, that is A on crit, critical chance of course, A on defense, A on critical damage, and S on attack. Or this one, S on HP, incredibly good. S on defense, 2 defensive stats on S on attack, and A on speed. So you have 2 defensive stats at the max, 1 offensive stat at the max, and 1 utility stat. In that case, will be speed. This is from my anniversary of Velo. And as you can see, I have really good enhancements on this Star Blade. This Star Blade has uh let me see, B on HP, A on speed, A on attack, and S on crit. Yeah, that is good. Perfection 53%. That it doesn't say, that doesn't speak very good from my relic, I know, but the relics the enhancement is really good. I have one level of unstoppable. I could upgrade it later if I get lucky. Yeah, but this is a little bit of extra critical damage for when he crits. If you can get it to level 6 for this moment, you will increase his assist rate even further beyond, Goku will say. But yeah, that will be really, really nice. One of your priorities, if you can, of course. Punch for punch. Also, if you have relics that do not give crit, try at least to get enhancements that give crit, like this one. I have it level 2. I will try to get it level 6 for more crit and damage boost. That is also one of your priorities. I have Impeccable right here. I do not really care for Impeccable. That is critical damage resistance and then healing up. I do not care, but if you want your character to not be destroyed that easily, that is nice. And I got lucky and got stranded level 2 on this enhancement. That means that the targets inflict with control receive 12% more skill damage. What does it mean? That it means that I can use something like this Momon and Sariusu on the same team with his Arc Light and make some combos. Like for example, let's say I use Shizu, no sorry, Seshi on my team, this Momon, Sariusu, and Robo Hamuski. Robo Hamuski lowers everyone's defenses. Seshi is gonna stun someone with the ult. That's that person that is stunned. This Momon is gonna be able to run in, damage it, and deal extra damage because the enemy is under a control effect. When Sariusu uses his ultimate, he's gonna be able to freeze an enemy that counts as control. So when Momon goes and attacks the enemies that are frozen in place, he's gonna be able to do extra damage. And if Kamusuke uses his laser beam to stun someone, that is also extra damage for Momon. And that combo that I told you is really good. Like that is the composition I would recommend you. But for now, let me tell you more of the enhancements. Iron Wall Protection, I have it here as a placeholder. In the time I get more elixirs and so. So, what I would recommend you here, it is Punch for Punch as your priority. So you get crit for the character. Unstoppable. so you can get more critical damage and assist rate on your character. If you can get stranded, like the one I am showing you right now, that will be incredibly good. But then let me show you another two examples of what you can get. First one is this is from my Entoma. Here, Hot Pursuit. So when Momon makes an assist, does extra damage. Unstoppable for the reasons I told you. More critical damage, more assist rate. Maybe Thunderous Surge if you try to play Momon with a shock team. And punch for punch. Other one, other one that I have to use an example as an example for you is my Metal Veil. Here, Hot Pursuit again, more damage on the assist. And here it is, the level 6 unstoppable and level 6 punch for punch. That means extra critical damage, critical chance, assist rate, and damage boost. That is the ideal. Hot Pursuit, unstoppable, punch for punch. And if you can get it extras like Stranded, that I already told you, will be really nice, as well as the Play with Fire that you saw there on my Medal Velo. Here is another example with Play with Fire level 3. If the enemy has burn, attack increases by 6.5% after the skill, stacking up to 4 times. Because this Momon puts one kind of burn, that means that he's gonna increase his own attack. Now, teams. I'm gonna use told you two teams to keep this guide under 1 hour because my guides are usually 1 hour. Of course, Momon because he's the start of this. And then I will tell you Saryusu, this guy, with his arc light. He's a warrior. He's kind of balanced between the amount of damage that he can do and that he can withstand. If you can get it in a mix of critical chance and effect position with attack, that is the best. Uh, if you have his arc light, do not worry about Saryusu. When the enemies try to kill him, he's gonna survive at 1 HP. He has life steal, so he can heal himself, and he controls the enemies and can counter. So he can, when he controls the enemies, Momon can intervene with either an assist or entering with an ultimate on his turn and deal extra damage to that enemy. And Momon also doesn't die because of what we already saw on his passive. So you have two guys that are very hard to kill or to burst down on the first turns. Then you can use either Pestonia in the team, so you heal them and restore their ultimates and their turns, but she's optional. On this team, I'm gonna be saying your third option, your third character there is gonna be this Seshi, no death, no life. A very fast character with a lot of attack, based on full critical chance, critical damage, and she can stun the enemy as well. So when the enemy is stunned, it's another form of control. You can stun someone with Sechi. You can freeze someone else with Saryusu. And you have 2 out of 4 enemies on multiplayer stun. On other modes like story mode and so, the enemies vary. They can change. They can be 5, they can be 6 and so. But you still take 2 out of two of them out of the play. And the last option will be this. So you have a tank. It's a very fast tank that increases everyone physical defense and puts defense down and high tier defense down on the enemy. So this character, this tank, lowers everyone defense on the enemy team 40%. That means that your Seshi that is based on critical damage, your Momon that does a lot of damage either by normal attack and critical hits, and Saryusu that is there for utility to provide extra damage and to troll the enemy. So when the enemy tries to hit you, they don't do or try to kill him, they waste their attacks. You have a very very nice combo. Both of you, 2 of your 3 damage dealers are gonna be hard to kill. You have a good tank that is gonna be able to give you a lot of utility. It gives you stuns, lowers the enemy's defenses, dispels enemies buffs, and so. And the only one that you will have to worry about dying fast is Seshi. But because she's too fast, you will always or almost always get some kind of value with her. You always will be able to do an ultimate or an area of effect attack on their first action. So you still have utility on these characters. That is the first team. The second team, I will say, let me go back to my main characters right here. Anniversary Albedo. This one. She increases her allies' critical damage resistance, so they do not get burst that easily. She gives shields to his team, to her team, so they are more resilient. She's a healer as well, so Momon can sacrifice HP using his skills, and Albedo can heal him back. And when someone is about to die, she offers them an invulnerability. She has two invulnerabilities to give, so her team doesn't die that easily. The vulnerability lasts for 2 rounds. She's kind of tanky, so she is not that easily killed by the enemy, like another healers, like Mare, for example, or Renner. And she increases with the ultimate the attack, the damage done, and the critical damage of the ally that she ults. So you can use that ultimate on Momon and boost his critical damage and his performance even more. And she also increases 10% the turn meter of the one that she ults, and takes away 10 action points from the enemy supreme leader. So she offers a lot of utility. He Momon is gonna be incredibly boosted with this albedo. Then you can get either this Cocytus or this Valkyrie Shelter or this albedo as your tank. Cocytus will offer you survivability with the Indomitable, so another trick to escape death for a little bit. And he himself has his own Indomitable, so he's not gonna get killed that easily. He's a fast tank, not that fast, but he's still fast, and offers counter rate and so shield wall as well as an increase on damage to the two allies with the highest attack. So that is really nice. If you don't like him or you don't have him or so, you can use Valkyrie Shelter to absorb damage that Albedo and Momon are gonna take. She puts defense down on the enemy as well, offers healings with her basic attack and her ultimate lowers the enemy's attack. So you're debuffing the enemy as well. And she can revive. So if the enemy tried to focus her in an attempt to leave you without a tank and kind of like a second healer, she revive. And Albedo, because she offers you everything you could want on this moment. She controls the enemies. She puts towns so they are forced to attack her instead of Momon, for example, or Albedo anniversary version. So Momon will be able to do more damage to those targets because they're ignoring Momon. They're not trying to focus him down, so the longer he lives, the more damage that he does. She offers shields, so she gives extra survivability at the start of the game with the advantage that she does. So you don't have to waste Albedo healings, the anniversary version. You don't have to waste her healings right away. She can put damage down on the enemy, so the enemies get even more debuffs. Not only that, she can constantly taunt the enemies with her arc light, and she, as a how it's called, as a sapphire tank, this the blue symbol here, offers you a lot of defense because these characters always have a lot of very good basic attributes and defensive stats. You can see A on magical defense, S on defense, S on HP. She's not weak to any kind of damage. She's a good tank over literally any other damage dealer. So you really only have to worry about giving her a little bit of speed, and then you have the tank that Momon wants more. And four characters that you could use there to finish up the team. It could be either big team, so you have a nuke to destroy the enemies with his explosions and his stuns and so. That also revives, so you have another one that is hard to kill. Or if you don't want that, you can use both Momons. This one. He counters, he does a lot of critical damage, he has high attack, and you can chase. So you can have this Momon chase attacks of the other Momon, and the new Momon will do assistance on the Momon attacks when he chases as well. So they can perform for the other. One Momon will attack, and the second one will follow. And when the turns get reversed, so the new Momon attacks, the old Momon is gonna chase after him. So you're always putting some damage on the enemy. Momon as well can reset his skill, his ultimate. When he kills someone, he can continue throwing more attacks from his ultimate to another ally. Sorry, another enemy. So yeah, first team, Seshi, Hamusuke, Saryusu, and the new Momon. Second team, Anniversary Albedo, either tank that you prefer between Tank Albedo, Tank Ocultus, Tank Shelter, and your damage dealer could be aside of the start of this video. It could be Old Momon, the victim, or Pestonia, so you get something to refund the cooldown, as well as this Nave could be an option. She's hard to kill, she revives, she has high attack. So you have another character that revives. That is kind of like a really, really good team at stalling. So you have choices. Of course, these are not all the teams that you can use on him. I'm gonna be testing him and trying to play him on different compositions to release a guide about him later. Uh, Lastly, today I'm very occupied, and tomorrow I'm also gonna be occupied. I have to do a performance that cost 100% of my grades on a certain subject on my school. So I usually do my guides and put them on Fridays or Saturdays. This time I'm not able to do that, so that's why I made a quick guide about arc lights, and I'm doing this very fast because today just released the character. My next guide, I think it's gonna be Tank Shizu, Tank Sisita, because I already have the footage from her that I took directly from the victim guide that I did because I combined them way too much. So my next guide is gonna be about her, but I don't know when I'm gonna be able to post the guide. If I get time, maybe in the next 3 days I'm gonna put it. If not, this is releasing on Friday. This video. If I don't get the time done, the next guide that is gonna be Shizu is gonna be to the next Friday. So in 7 days, 7 more days. The Momon guide, I don't know. I can get him to level 100 in any moment that I want, honestly. Like, just look at how many XP potions I have. That is not a problem. Uh, I have enough gems to get his Arclight in the moment I want, but I'm trying to see if I can get it with the free trials that I get uh, all every day. So I'm gonna try to wait a little bit to see if I can get the Arclight for free. Once I do that, I'm gonna try to farm a little bit to max his accessories and so. So I'm probably gonna be doing the guide of Momon in 13 to 15 days. So by the end of his event. That's why I'm doing this one right now, like a quick one, so you can see that he is worth. So get it, and if you wonder how to upgrade him and what is the best, here you have a quick idea. And later on, I'm gonna do a full guide with compositions and showing you on the arena and all of that, all the different teams to him for him. So yeah, that will be all. And his Arclight, sorry, I said we were gonna take a look at his Arclight. The exclusive effect is when the burn that he puts, when it does damage, nullifies 25% defense. And when it's triggered, it randomly triggers another burn, shock, or delete. So it's like the Lupus Regina the limited Lupus Regina Arclight. When the damage triggers, it ignores certain percentage of the defense. So yeah, that's all for me for now. Thanks for hearing, and up to next time.